If we're looking for exceptional teaching, we have to have a statistical model that is a fair one. So the idea with Beat the Odds was to control the demographic factors. Lindsay's classroom is compared to classrooms just like hers throughout the district, and when we do state comparisons, we compare it to all students in the state just like hers, so it becomes an apples to apples comparison. So in Lindsay's case, we have performance better than the district average for 3 consecutive years, so that her overall performance over 3 years was the highest in middle school in terms of mathematics. There are many other teachers that have very high performance. The district average is well above the state average, so to be above the district average in terms of growth is really phenomenal.
When we can validate particular teacher practices, then we have evidence that show that those practices work. So then we can then spread the message to other teachers and say, these are the validated practices that we know have an impact on student achievement.
It is my goal to make it fun and happy. I often hear them say, yay, or yeah, we're in math class, or all of a sudden it's time to go and they don't want to leave, which is always a good thing. And I don't want them to leave either. So they know that I'm going to do everything I can to make them successful. And I think when they know that I'm going to do everything in my power to help them, they give me more. So they step up to that plate because they know, hey, this could be a good combination if everybody's doing their part.
I found in previous studies that these Beat the Odds teachers tended to make sure no child fell through the cracks. So frequent assessment, formative assessment to make sure everybody's on track.
She is constantly checking in how they're doing and giving them that feedback via the Moodle quiz. You got it right, you got it wrong. Via the constant, like when she's walking around, she's stamping what they did, you know, like she's constantly giving feedback.
But it's a great way to know, are they on the right track and they are just making little mistakes, or do they really not understand the concept? It's a great way for me to gauge, is it a lot of the class? Because then I need to rethink how I taught that whole lesson. If it's just a few kids, it's great because then I know I can just target those specific kids, and the kids who do get it, then here's what they're doing.
Problem solving is probably one of the most critical factors that we should be teaching our students in classes today. Unfortunately, many of our students have learned to wait until we tell them the answer.
I will not help you with any problem at all until. Oftentimes in my class, I tell the students that I will not help them with a problem at all until they can show me the beginning steps. They can tell me what the problem is about. They've read it a few times. They can tell me what the question is. I tell the students, you need to be able to be a good problem solver, and you need to be able to think all by yourself. Be right there. I always tell them, you can hire me for $50 an hour to follow you around for the rest of your life, and I will do all your thinking for you. Yes. And they think that would be fun and then realize what, that would be horrible. Show me with your fingers what the common factor would be.
She expected kids to make sense of why they were doing something, you know, not just, I'm going to cross off the 2 and 12. It wasn't about crossing off the 2 and 12, it was about why can I do that? What are you actually doing mathematically when you do that?
Here's my favorite mistake in number 4. I love mistakes because we use them to talk about how to do problems, and sometimes I will put problems on the board that all have mistakes, and their job is to find them. They kind of pipe up and like, okay, where is it? Let's find it.
Teachers that Beat the Odds have been folks that are continuously improving and don't think they've mastered the whole art and science of teaching yet.
Goodbye, problem solvers!
As a statistician, I tell people that I only make one mistake a year, but no, I need eyes looking all the time to make sure that I haven't made a math mistake. We all have to be open to improving our practice.